Very good morning, all of you. So myself, Hari, I'll be the batch owner for this Azure and DevOps course. So yes, this week, right, we are going to learn about these 5 topics only. Okay, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the topics only we're going to learn. So personally, right, I have a close to 12 years of career experience. Okay, so I'm basically a multi-cloud architect. I started my career with the AWS. Yeah, still my contribution almost 60% goes to AWS. So remaining, 40% we are working on Azure. GCP also available in our environment, and also DevOps as well. Okay. Plus Kubernetes, I'm good in Python scripting. So these are my area of expert. So basically, I'm out of Chennai, and yeah. So you guys, feel free to interrupt me when you have any doubt. So that we can make the session very much interactive. By that way, right, it will be more useful to everyone. Okay. So as much as possible, ask your doubts. Okay, and we can have a discussion regarding that. So let's get started with that. Okay. So before that, I wanted to understand from you people, how many of you, new to Azure here? How many of you already having some knowledge on Azure? Based on that, I will, decide how depth we need to go into the basics.
I have just learning knowledge, but not hands-on. I
Okay.
just got some access to AWS in my team.
AWS or Azure?
Azure.
Azure, okay. Just learning experience, not much. Okay.
Azure and AWS recently.
Okay, that's great. All
Yeah.
right. What about others?
From my side also, I have just an learning experience, not an hands-on experience.
Okay.
On Azure.
Very good. Learning experience, no hands-on. Okay, what about others?
Hi, this is Bala. I'm new to Azure.
Okay. Wait. Fine then.
I'm completely new to Azure.
Hi, Hari.
Okay. Hi, Siva. Perfect.
Hi, Hari.
Yeah.
I'm also new to Azure for the hands-on experience.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
I have some basic knowledge about Azure.
Okay.
But
I
don't have any hands-on experience.
That's nice. Not an issue. Okay. Some of them chatted also in chat also they shared new to Azure. Yeah. Anbaragan and Muniz. No problem, guys. No worries. I'll make sure by end of this batch, right? You each and everyone when we can portray minimum 2 to 3 years of your career experience. Maybe if you have a 5 years experience in your overall, 10 years experience in overall, right? In that 2 to 3 years, I'll help you to modify your profile that you worked in Azure and DevOps. The reason why this course we have planned in such a way with approaching on real-time use cases and real-time, live project environment, client task, day-to-day activity, root cause analysis. In that way, right, we have structured. Okay. So first week, it's completely going to be on, we are going to touch upon basics and essential concept before understanding, because if you understand these topics only, you will be able to understand the real project use cases, whatever I'm going to show. Okay. So that way only we have, planned and decided this course. Okay. So let's get started with the introduction to Azure. So you all know, right? If you go there, every cloud provider, they have their own, console, graphical user interface. In that only all these, activity hands-on we will do. Similarly, this is the console and this is the login page for Azure. In this console only, in this Azure Portal console only, we will be able to access and interact and provision any resources, manage our infrastructure, everything. We would able to do it on top of this console only. Okay. So everyone, it's important to have this console. Even if you go to production, we will interact everything through this console only. Okay. This is, we'll call it as Azure Management Console or Azure Portal, whatever. Portal.azure.com. That is the URL to interact with this, interface. This is the interface where we'll communicate with Azure. Okay. Addition to that, we'll have to understand the particular, Azure, how it differs from other cloud provider. We have a very good competitors available for Microsoft Azure. Amazon Web Service, one of the biggest competitor, Google Cloud. Okay. What other cloud providers are there? You people aware? Other than AWS, GCP, Azure, any other cloud providers you guys have heard about?
Alibaba and IBM.
Very good.
Oracle.
Alibaba,
Oracle.
IBM. Oracle, yeah, nice.
Oracle.
That's nice.
That
Okay, anything else? Even right or wrong, no problem. Feel free to answer it.
Nutanix, it's a private cloud.
Okay, private cloud. Lots of private clouds are there. That's fine. Anyone heard about Salesforce? DigitalOcean?
No.
Yeah, there are many cloud providers are there, but these three cloud providers are peak in market: Azure, AWS, GCP. Fine. So when you come to Azure, this particular the cloud environment earlier, if you go right, any particular organization, they will have their own data centers initially. Okay, every organization they had their own data centers. What does mean by data center? Anyone know what will be there in the data center?
Servers.
physical servers,
Very good.
racks, physical servers, cable networks.
Okay.
Storage box.
Okay, there is a term called S4N. Anyone heard about S4N?
No.
First one is server. Second one is storage. Another one is software. Another one is security.
Okay.
Okay. 4S stands for when you take a data center, you will have a server. Of course, yes, you will have a rack server, you have a blade server, you will have a standalone server. There are various types of servers are there. End of day, what is server? If we go to on very good hotel, there will be a server. He'll be serving food for us. Correct? So who will be the important person for the hotel? Clients are important or servers are important? Obviously, clients are important. The number of clients they are visiting to their hotel, obviously the hotel growth will be getting increased. So similarly here also, why we are calling it as a server? Whenever people are any globally in the world, people are trying to access your application. It could be a web application, it could be a customized application. The server which is in a position to serve whoever requesting for the web page to load, application to load, right? The server will be distributing the content. That is what server, right? The server can be a huge hardware. We all of you owning our own laptop. So what is our laptop configuration? We'll have i3, i5 or i7, 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, hard disk, 1 TB hard disk, 512 GB hard disk. Like you'll be owning your own hardware configuration for your laptop, right? Since server is servicing for multiple clients, so it would require a higher, powerful hardware is needed. In your laptop, if you have one processor, in data center, one server, you'll have a 4 processor. Makes sense. Here you handle with 16 GB of RAM. Over there, you will handle with 16 GB into 4. Okay. So here you handle with 1 TB of storage. Over there, you will handle with 100 TB of storage. So that's how it differs because it has to store lots of data. Okay. End of day, that is server. When come to storage, if you go any data center, you will have a dedicated storage device will be there where people will be configure RAID and all. Okay. Anyone heard about RAID? These
Yes.
are very long, recently people not using these terms. Anyone heard about RAID?
Yes, early
Redundant array of independent disks.
early years.
Yeah, correct. Early days we used to configure for our high availability, all those stuff. Softwares, right? If you have any database application or Windows server, of course, you need to install the software. The license also matters. Imagine you are installing MySQL database, license matter. Microsoft related servers, licenses matter. So any kind of software should be there in the data center. Security, of course. You'll have it can be software based security, it can be hardware based security, but ensure there should be a security. Last N stands for, we got to know S4. Okay, 4S stands for, what mean by N?
Network.
Very good.
Network.
Okay, you'll be dealing with us, your network switches, router, firewalls, load balancers, all those things will be there in play, right? So you'll be interacting with, for internally communication, you will require a network switch. For one network to another network communication, we would require a network router. For protecting our environment, we would need a security device, something called firewall. So all those things must be there in the data center. Correct? Agree? Anything else will be there apart from this S4N? One mandatory thing should be there. Anyone know? Anyone entered inside of data center in your career? At least one time. Any data center?
Space
So,
or physical location.
Data center, I'm telling. Physical data center. Any organization?
A physical location.
Yeah, physical data center. Have you ever visited
Yes.
any one of the data center?
yeah, I
Yes,
went for
we-
data magic
Including I
data
mean
center
that
in
it's very
Bangalore.
cool.
Awesome. How it should be like? It will be like this only, right?
Yeah, this kind of
Somehow
full and full
similar.
rack. Actually, it is like a rental based data center. So multiple organization servers was located in the data center.
Shared space. You mean to say?
Shared space.
Exactly. Okay. Somehow similar to this images only what you are seeing, correct? Here people will be aligned all our servers in the racks, network switches, all the wiring connections, everything will be there. Correct?
Yes,
Fine.
yes.
That's great. So one thing what we missed is air conditioner. Okay, the environment should be always very cool and chill. How many of you know when we
Yes, correct. Actually, the AC was coming from the top and as well as the below. We
exactly
could not
correct.
able to stand there.
Yeah,
And
pretty
also
much.
there is no mobile phones allowed.
Yeah,
Whenever we have a doubt, we need to come outside and we call the superior and need to go inside.
yeah. While you enter inside, you need to put your thumb, finger, or some authentication should be there to get inside. It's not everyone
Correct,
authorized to go inside. Correct.
correct.
Perfect. That's
And they will give one that blue dress, that corona dress, and then shoes.
perfect. Yeah. So that's how it should be data center. So I would say Azure. When you take Azure Cloud, okay. Someone asked me what is Azure, what is Azure Cloud. If you go and normally you ask to the non-cloud person, if people totally new to cloud, is not even know anything in cloud. If you simply ask, right, what will be his first answer would be like cloud means it's online storage. How many of you heard this answer from people? If you go and ask what is cloud, first time they'll say cloud means it's online storage. Anyone heard this answer from people?
Yes, I have heard. They
Most
think it's only
commonly.
storage.
Yes, exactly. Most commonly people would answer like this, but this is not the case actually. Say, I'll tell you what is Azure Cloud, you'll never forget in your lifetime. Okay, mark my word. So Azure Cloud is nothing but it's simply a virtual data center. I'll mention data center DC. Okay, virtual data center present online. Using internet, you would access set up your organization infra. Okay. What is meant by Azure Cloud? Virtual data center present online. Whatever you are seeing here, right? These are all completely a physical component. You can go and touch and feel. Okay. Who's that actually? Sorry, brother. Your name mentioned like VV. What is your full name? So that I can call your name.
Vadivel.
Vadivel. Okay. Yeah. If you can see Vadivel when he visited into the data center, he felt the like air conditioner, the cooling part, and he can touch and feel the each and every servers, networking devices, switches, router, everything. He can see and he can touch and feel everything. He can configure something. But when you come to Azure Cloud, this is a virtualized data center, okay, which present online. You cannot touch and feel it. You can imagine only. Okay, you can imagine only. If you have internet, you can interact with Azure. You can set up your infrastructure for your organization. Same thing, whatever. If you take an organization, they would have a server storage. What Vadivel said, that's a shared data center. There were multiple organizations were sharing the resources. They are keeping one data center. That's how he said. So even Azure Cloud also in a similar way, but not in physical form. Okay. What is the reason why we are going to the Azure Cloud? What is the reason we are going to Azure Cloud? There are some disadvantages with on-prem physical data center. That is the reason we are going to cloud. That is the reason we are going to Azure kind of cloud provider. What are the disadvantages? Anyone can tell? Any disadvantage? What it would be?
Occupy space,
The physical
Space.
location,
Okay.
cost.
Okay, what else?
cost.
Very good. Cost means what you're trying to, even Azure you will pay, right? In which factor you are telling cost? But again, Azure is not free, right?
Buying multiple servers for multiple applications.
You have to buy
Okay.
complete
Makes sense.
orders, but there you can use it your usage. So
Perfect.
in future, if you want to upgrade also,
Mm.
it will cost more. In Azure, there is no much cost for upgrade
Very good.
the
Agree.
services.
Lilarathi, Kumar, Priyan, agree with you. Okay. What could be the another reason we are moving out of?
Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Data security.
Data security. You are telling data center is not secured one, cloud is secured one.
No, much more.
Okay. All right. I'll consider. Okay. Security. Since you are provided your valuable input.
Maintenance.
Okay. What could be? What other could be reason possibilities?
High availability.
HA, yeah, perfect. Good answer. Any other reasons? Me.
Multiple cable connections that are confusing.
Okay. Okay, almost you covered everything. Okay, so coming to that advantage, disadvantage part of data centers, right? Of course, the first one is always would be cost. Okay, let me organize in the place where we are come from. Okay, the first reason could be your costing. First thing, cost in the sense, investment is the biggest challenge in terms of data center. Imagine you are going, into any organization, they have their own data centers. Okay. So they have their own data center. In that case, right? In our personally, we all of you owning our own laptop, right? Just tell me, like, I wanted to buy one laptop, okay, which is the configuration of i5 processor, or somewhere around 8 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk. The laptop, normal laptop, Dell, Lenovo, HP laptop, how much it would cost? Normal laptop. Roughly, tell me, how much of
Around 50 to 60,000.
50K to 60K, you are telling, right?
Yeah.
So one normal, personal using laptop itself costing 50 to 60K, which has one CPU, one RAM, one hard disk. Then imagine the cost for this server, storage, networking devices, switch, router, firewall, and all. How much it would cost the first time you are going for setting up your data center. The investment of buying all those components will be really huge, guys. It would cost you around, 25 lakhs to 50 lakhs. All of you agree? Investment is the biggest challenge when it comes to data center. The startup company, if today, Anbaragan he is thinking he has good enough of, IT experience, he's starting a new company. Okay. So he would need a data center. Obviously, he will have an internal application, he'll have a internal, softwares, and he will have its own website. Yeah, he said planning to set up on, he's a startup, he's planning to set up on data center. Will he be able to send initially, 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs, something like that, only for the data center? Not possible, right? That is what we are
difficult.
in data center. Cloud investment is biggest challenge for us. Okay, someone Anbaragan, arranged the money. He arranged some money. He set up the data center. After how much warranty they'll give? 1 year they'll give warranty for your server, storage, networking devices. Within that, any fault comes, vendor will replace your, in warranty you can replace it. Imagine after 2 years, after 3 years, your CPU goes failure, your memory goes failure, or hard disk corrupted. Okay. In that case and all, what you will do? Again, you need to put your own money, you need to replace that particular component. Will all of you agree? This comes under the maintenance. This comes under the maintenance. Not only, replacing the component. Always you need to keep one, data center hardware engineer in your place, one network engineer in your place. He will make sure the daily routine, ground level cleanup things and all. with the data center. He'll make sure always available, all the services are up and available. Proactively take some actions if there is an issue. Any issue occur, he is the one who gonna replace all those things, troubleshooting. So for that, at least we need one data center, 3 shifts. Okay, 3 shifts, we need to allocate minimum 3 engineers. Okay, that also comes under maintenance only. That also we are going to spend additionally, apart from investment. Make sense? This is going to be another biggest challenge. Third one is high availability. Of course, yes, you can plan for an high availability, but imagine high availability is an active concept, active passive concept server. Have you guys heard about active server setup, active passive cluster setup? No need to go deep dive, but just have you heard this term? Active passive, those concepts?
Yes.
Through application side, I heard about active and active passive related to side A and side B. Not sure about
No
Azure
problem.
level.
No problem. I'll give you an example along with the application. You have a 2 server, imagine in your data center. You deployed the same application in both server. Active means when people are accessing your application, both server will respond back to your customer. Okay, whoever available at the point of time, he'll respond back to your customer. So both these servers are active at the moment. Active passive means whatever request comes, okay. So first server always will respond to your client request. The packet first server always will respond back. If anything happened to the first server, the passive server will become online. That point of time onwards, so we'll not face any glitches here. We'll not face any packet drop. So if something happened to your first server, it's when it goes down, second server will become active. That is something called active passive concept. So here, unnecessarily, we are holding one server for long because getting server down is not a frequent task. It will run 1 year for successfully. It can run 5 years successfully. It can run 10 years also successfully. No problem in that. But till that time, right, the second server, we are simply spend huge money on that server. We are keeping it simply idle. Okay, that is another drawback when come to data center. So high availability, if you plan means you need to put a double number of your, for single service, you are spending 2 hardware cost. Okay, that way, high availability possible in data center, but very much expensive in terms of implementing. Okay, if you are going for, RAID concept and all, as I said, in the storage level, high availability. Obviously, if you go for enabling mirroring, okay, how mirroring works? Anyone know? Storage, RAID mirroring, how it works?
Mirroring is nothing but it's a copy of original one. So
Exactly.
whatever you are doing memory, it's copied in mirror.
Exactly, perfect. So you will have a one hard disk. Whatever data we are writing in the hard disk, same thing will be mirrored copy in the second hard disk will be there. When we will use second copy, if something happened to your primary hard disk, we'll recover a data from second hard disk. Imagine the primary hard disk goes down for almost 5 years it's running without any issue. What is the case of my backup hard disk? It's 5 years, it's simply kept idle. 1 TB hard disk kept it idle. Correct?
Yes.
So implementing high availability in data center, it's possible. 100% technically it's possible, but you need to spend double the number of money in terms of buying a hardware. Okay, that is where we are telling disadvantage of costing and those things all, ideally we are keeping the resources. Those things all considered as a disadvantage when come to data center. Of course, space, you need to have a dedicated space. You need to allocate proper cooling system in that place. Power supply you need to provide. Okay, you need to have a generator always because if power goes down, it has to give artificial power. We need to provide for the data center. We cannot let it wait until the power comes back, right? Is that a case in the data center? We'll have to have the power backup, all those things. Okay, security, we need to have a proper biometric access to get in. We need to make sure always unauthorized person supposed to not go there. And connectivity, biggest challenge, and installation of anything. Okay, from one network to another network, it will take long time to establish actually. Okay, so many dependencies are there. That is the reason we are going with the cloud providers. That is the reason we are going with the cloud provider. When you come to Azure, right, we don't need to spend any hardware of buying. We don't need to spend. Okay, once again, guys. Sorry, guys. So yeah, as I said, this particular, high availability, it's easy for implementing in Azure Cloud and all. Okay, coming to this, we don't need to provide any investment because we are renting the resources. All of you paying a power bill, right, in our home. If you utilized 100 units of current, how much you will pay per month? If you use 100
Not
units,
checking.
sorry.
Not checking that, just paying whatever comes.
If you use 100 units, that's free. In Tamil Nadu, I'm not sure about other states.
Yeah, no cost.
Yeah, first 100 units, no cost in Tamil Nadu. Anyway, but anyway, we are not checking it, but we are paying based on which we are paying. So, for example, if 2,000 rupees you are getting a current bill, electricity bill, obviously you would have consumed for 200 unit or 300 unit something. So, end of day you are getting a bill. How much units you consumed? You all of you agree with the term? We are paying a electricity bill. How much we consumed? Units of power. Similarly, cloud also, how much you are consuming the Azure resources, you're gonna pay for that. Okay, it's similar like our electricity. So that is one of the biggest advantage. So imagine. Sorry guys, can you hear me back? My internet dropped.
Yes.
Yeah, there is who all are living in Chennai in this participants.
Me?
Yeah, yesterday was heavy rain. About near
Yeah, heavy rain yesterday.
Yeah, due to that the power is not there. Just before, I think my wife is doing some R&D. She need to put mixie. She's finding for a UPS plug point. She disconnected the internet.
Okay, okay.
So I connected from my hotspot now. Anyway, so the thing is, when come to Azure, we don't need to buy any dedicated hardware. Everything we are gonna use it as what we are gonna use, we are gonna pay for it. Any audit comes in our infrastructure today, one day, if I'm configuring one server, end of day, if I can turn off, I can delete it, I can throw away. Okay, that's why Azure is very flexible. Okay, if you go to the console, okay, if you go to the console, each and everything here call it as a services. Okay, whatever the technology I've written here, server, storage, software, security, network, everything here calling it as a one of the server. Example, you wanted to interact with server, right? Simply virtual server. Okay, virtual machines. Open this in new tab. You wanted to interact something in Azure in terms of networking means put virtual network. Virtual network will come. Okay, you wanted to interact anything in terms of storage, right? You can search like a storage. Okay, it will come. You can open it. You wanted to interact something with the database, right? You can search with the database. So data related services will come. Okay, so here for each and every services, you will have a dedicated dashboard. Okay, this is the main Azure homepage. Each and every dedicated one, right? You will have an individual console. Here you can manage all your virtual servers. See, at present I have a couple of servers. Whatever the subscription you are seeing, this is my production account. Even in throughout our class, I'll take in this production account only. So this is our, don't delete Prakash. This is our resource which we are supposed to not delete. Where we have some of our applications are running maybe, and this is our network. Virtually we configure the network. Okay. And this is a storage. So far, as at present, we are not maintaining any storage. Storage is cost, right? We are deleting it upon. Apart from that, you can see the server is stopped currently. I've created the server. One of our main application is located in the server. Okay, we will turn on the server somewhere around after 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. It will run till 7 p.m. Okay, so we are going to pay money only for those particular duration. 11 to 7 p.m. only we'll pay. If you stop the server, right, we are no need to pay. During the even you stopped this for 1 month, you will not be paying any money for that. Makes sense. That kind of flexibilities are there with Azure Cloud. Okay, maintenance, of course, any outage backend, power supply down, any hardware down, whatever. Simply go to support. Okay, simply go to support. Create one support request. Okay, create a support request saying this is down, I'm not able to access. Okay, Azure will take care. Feel free. Okay, come out, they'll fix as immediately as possible. High availability, very, very easy here. By default, Azure, combined with there is something called multiple regions and availability zones actually. Okay. Anyone heard about regions and availability zone concept in Azure?
Yes.
What is that exactly?
Azure data centers are available in the particular place.
Region.
Yeah. If you can see, Azure has lots of regions actually. If you go there, here you can exactly see. Azure has regions means close to, comparing other cloud providers, Azure has higher regions. He has its presence. For an example, I'm going to create on virtual machine. See, look at that, the location. East US currently this server is created under. If I click on new server, if I go to the region, look at this. These many countries, Azure has their presence. These many countries, Azure has their presence. Africa, Asia, Pacific, Australia, Central, East Asia, Japan, Korea, Southeast Asia, Canada, France. Like many locations.
These are the
locations.
centers, physical
Yeah,
centers, right?
these many locations, correct. These many locations, Azure has their presence. In fact, we are living in India. We don't have any issue keeping a server in different country. When cloud came to the market, right? Everyone started using cloud. I don't know any people supporting UK project, UK based project. Any of you? Not in cloud generally. Your client is located from UK. Anyone? I think nobody here. Any US based company you are supporting in your day-to-day work?
Yes.
Okay, US mostly. UK, there is one thing is there. When your your company is located in UK, when your people are accessing your applications or you are providing service to your UK within UK location, your company origin is UK, you are registered in UK, your company. That particular data center and resources, right, must be there within your country. You are not supposed to keep your resources in other countries. Some of the US projects, right, which is running some of the servers, the cost of management of all the servers and data center in US very much expensive. They'll charge us in hourly basis. But in India, right, almost not even the half amount, they'll bear in India if they keep their servers. So that kind of things will be there in India data center. But when you come to UK, right, European countries and all, they mandatory as per their standard, they'll have to keep things inside of within their country. So that is the reason, right? Azure is the opt one. Okay, if you are located in any location, you would able to provision your resources in that particular country. Okay, as per their government standard also. So even we have in South India. In India, they have a data center location. Regions in Mumbai, Hyderabad, even in Chennai, we have. Okay, so that kind of way. If you go to each region, right? Example, if you take Mumbai, this is a region. This is Frankfurt from Europe. This is North America, South America, something like that. So each region, if you go, they'll have a dead availability zones, AZ1, AZ2, AZ3. So which means if imagine in Chennai, example I'm telling, it's not an accurate one, just for our understanding only, because most of them from Chennai locations. Right? Imagine if your region available in Chennai, first availability zone will be there in, imagine it is available in Saidapet. The next availability zone somewhere around 100 to 200 kilometers far away. Because if something happened to this availability zone, any disaster occur, so we will be able to provision, or we'll have another availability zone available in the same region. Actually, the availability zones are your data centers. We were talking about data centers, right? Okay, we were talking about data center. When you maintain data center, you will have only option to have your data hardly in one data center. Maximum, you are a very big company, you can have a data center in 2 locations or 3 locations. You cannot go more than that. But when you come to Azure, you have a open option to keep your data in these many locations. Okay, here you can have your primary location. In Australia, you can have your disaster recovery backup location. That technology and technical things also possible because of the hierarchy, something called regions and availability zone. Regions and availability zone. So we have a region, you will have a various availability zones. Between the availability zone, minimum 100 to 300 kilometers away. Because if something happened to your availability zone within the region itself, you have another availability zone to provide you the data back. Okay, this is the concept of regions and availability zone. Comparing other cloud providers, AWS or GCP, other cloud providers, Azure has more regions and more availability zone. This is one of the another advantage today people are considering Azure, where they provide lots of locations. This is one of the benefit out of which. Okay, these many locations Azure has their presence. So obviously there is no doubt about high availability. Okay, you don't maintain any data center, so forget about the space. You don't need to have even any data center. Security, of course, we'll not even know where the Azure data center present. In Chennai, we have Azure data center. Anyone know which location it is? Anyone know which
No.
location Azure has their data center in Chennai? So whatever, this totally, confidential, but one of my friends said, anyone heard about Saidapet?
Yeah,
If you go
yes.
straight away
Yes.
Saidapet, there will be one, Devar signal will come. If you go still straight, yeah, towards straighting away, Alwarpet side, very soon building will be there. And right. Over there, 12th floor, Azure has their data center. I don't know, like whatever the resource we are provisioning, it will be there. But for backup, for some reason, Azure has data center over there. That's what I heard from one of my contacts. But just for the information, okay. So similarly, we not even know where the data center locates. Okay, it will be unconfirmed only because that much secure their infrastructure, all those connectivity, everything. So we don't even worry about our connectivity, all this. But let's say everything Azure will take care. That is the reason, right? We are coming up with Azure Cloud. Okay, whatever we are setting in on-prem, we are going to virtually configure by using internet, right? Virtually, we are going to configure everything on the Azure console. Okay, so this is what very much important people have to understand before getting into cloud, guys.
Hari, I have one doubt. Not sure whether this is the correct time or not, since you came up with high availability. While installing the server, we need to choose the region, right?
Yeah.
Which region and which zone we need to choose.
Yes, correct.
Okay. In this situation, if one of the data center got failed means, so how the server will be, whether automatically it will move to other region or we need to create it a backup server in other region.
Yeah, for answering this, we have 2-3 answers I can give. First one, in Azure itself, there is a service called DR, disaster recovery, for one service available, called it as recovery service fault. If you want to automatically switch over to another region, you need to enable that service. You need to configure the DR service enabled in your Azure account. In that case, if primary server is down in your disaster region, any other region you configure, right? It will be start running from that your DR region. That is one way.
Okay.
Second option, right? Within the region itself, but somehow that is expensive. If you have that much income, obviously you can go for it. No doubt in that. You are a beginner, you are a startup company, you are not able to afford that much amount for an Azure. What you can do in the same server itself, you have something called fault domain and update domain in Azure. Okay, which is there in your what do you call? Which is there in your Azure environment itself. Okay, in the same region availability zone itself. Fault domain, update domain means when you have your Azure region, right, you will have one server down. Okay, so fault domain means one particular rack. Any entire rack is down, one power supply down means in another rack we can start run our server. That way we can high availability. We can have a control. We can configure it. That way also you can achieve your high availability. Okay, that and all we'll see when we are dedicatedly learning about virtual machine. I think I'll open the which day we will learn. I'll show you. Day 4 we will gonna talk about more on virtual machine.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Very good question. Hope you got the theoretical answer. Practically, you would be able to get the answer by day 4. Huh?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
So,
Can you tell me some examples for what all we need to pay while we work in Azure?
paying means billing, services billing.
Billing, yes, yes. For what all, even for small
Most
things
commonly.
we may need to pay. So what are, can you give some examples?
Sure, of course. When you take a normal project, you cannot run any project without your servers. So first point, virtual machine, you need to pay. Okay. So coming to the networking and connectivity, right? For we are calling it as a virtual network in Azure. We are not going to pay anything for basic connectivity. Okay. If you are transmitting something to other country, means one region to another region, your data transmit is happening, or your on-prem cloud data on-prem data center, you are connected with Azure, right? So that data transfer, you will be paying for it. But general configuring of your network switches, router, you will not pay until and unless you are transmitting your data to other regions. Okay. Third one, you need to pay for your storage. Okay. Obviously, when you have any project, we'll have a storage. In Azure, we are calling it as Azure storage account. The storage account itself, we have a multiple options are there. Like, we would have a containers, we would have a, file share, queues table. So based upon what type of storage you are using, how much data you stored in that, you will be paying for it. Okay, this is the most common. As of today, right, if you come to the advanced environment and all, people are using Kubernetes based clusters. They are deploying their application not in virtual machine. They are deploying in Kubernetes. That kind of services, if you use, you need to pay for it. Okay. So these are the most commonly and frequently, as of today, people are paying for it. Other than that, if you works in DevOps environment, whatever the pipeline you configured, CI/CD pipeline, in Azure repo, how much code you have it in the place, and how much you are using, Azure boards for creating your tickets. And apart from that, what other Azure functions you have for automating your environment. Okay, for all those stuff, you will have to pay how much you are using. Whatever the services are listed, right? This is the most common thing we will be seeing in the billing cycle of every month.
Okay.
If you go cost, management.
I just increased my C drive from 80 GB to 100 GB. There it gave me an alert to go through the payment or something. So
Yeah, you can configure the cost alert here. Any type of alert under the cost management as a service. Under that, you can configure the alert in any case. Okay. If you come to cost analysis, here the place where we will check most commonly how much we are paying for the services.
What are the services free in Azure?
Azure has plenty of services, by the way. Okay. If you click on this, you will come to know. Oh my God.
He's asking free services.
Free services.
Yeah, free service.
I missed the term. So when you have a free tier account, when you create a free tier account, probably tomorrow we'll be creating free tier account. They will be giving you, 8,000, somewhere around 7,000 to 8,000 rupees per month. Before, you can, enjoy all this money. It will be totally free until that money gets over. It will be free. But a lifelong if free service means Azure has something called Entra ID. Recently, they've changed it as Entra ID, but earlier it's something called Azure Active Directory. That is free service. VNet is free service until you use basic. Apart from that, monitoring, there is a service available. That is something free. Okay. So apart from that, these are the basic services only you will get it as free, even for a production account. Rest all you will be paying as much how much you use that service. Example, there is something called VM storage, data transfer, load balancer, DNS, app services, automation services, pipelines, Azure DevOps. For all those things you'll be paying. For free tier account, you don't need to worry about. Okay, so I think tomorrow we will set up our own free tier account. Make sense? Any other questions? But major services, right? You would be able to get it from here. We'll explore all those things.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So this is what we have planned today. Welcome and course overview and introduction to Azure, and overview about cloud computing, and the introduction to Microsoft Azure. Tomorrow, right? I am going to help you to set up a Azure free tier account. All of you, will be configuring a free tier. How many of you already having Azure account? Anyone created already?
I had one earlier, then closed it.
Okay. What about others?
Yeah, I have
No,
created.
we have not created.
Okay. Not created mean fine. Tomorrow I'll tell you how to create a free tier account. And the current account what I have, right? This is a Microsoft Trainer account. MSDN platform subscription. So this platform subscription you will not get, by the way. This is a lifelong free for us. But we need to contribute for Azure, community. Anyone attended Azure community and all, which happens in Chennai, Bangalore?
No.
In Azure community means there'll be many from IT companies, many people will register and come for the session. Usually it will happen as Chennai IIT or any 5-star hotels conference room, something that they have booked and they'll plan for the sessions actually. In that case, right, we'll have to go and present actually. Whoever presenting over there will get the subscription. For two way we can use. One is for presenting because we are spreading Microsoft things to people, right? There are a huge audience will be there. Per session, 200, 300 people will be attending. So apparently 5-6 tracks will going on like that. Okay. So that way we got the subscription. So you guys need to create a free subscription. Okay.
Okay.
So certified Azure trainer will get this. Certified Azure trainer will be present in the conference. We'll get this thing. And tomorrow we are going to talk about Azure subscription resource managers and other services. We're going to explore what common services we'll use. Then we'll go to DevOps. Then virtual machine. Here I'm going to bring our real-time project use cases. People, many of them said, right, I have a basic idea on Azure. I learned Azure, but I do not have a hands-on. So when you go for attending interview, hands-on is really important. And the people will ask you questions from real-time project use cases. Okay. So I will share a couple of sample interviews video in our group. I mean mock interviews in our group. Just to have a look on it, you will come to know. Okay. So make sure simply learning the concept won't help you. You need to learn real-time use case. Real-time, what is the day-to-day activity? Okay, that is very important. Only then you can portray 2 to 3 years of your Azure and DevOps experience in your resume. Okay, that we will learn in the day 4. Okay.